Hello, great people. Welcome to today's math class. Today we have this challenge here. The question is k equal to the cube root of 3 plus, under it we have the square root of k to the power of 3 plus 9. What is the value of k? Yeah, that's what I asked to solve for here. So we are having two type of radicals here. We have the square root radical and we have the cube root radical. So how do we solve for this? It's a very simple one. So we take our solution first thing. Now in this place, we just have to eliminate the cube root radical first. Okay, so in other words, we have to take the cube of both sides of the equation. So we're going to have here k to the power of 3. This is equal to, this is 3 please, k to the power of 3 equal to the cube root of our 3 plus the square root of k to the power of 3, then plus our 9. Everything raised to the power of 3. Right? Good. Now from here, you discover that this and this will leave the system. So we now have our k to the power of 3 is equal to 3 plus the square root of our k to the power of 3 plus our 9. Okay. Now, we are still having a radical here, which is the square root radical. And so we have to separate this quantity from this square root radical. So let's move this 3 to this side of the equation. So we're going to come up with our k to the power of 3 minus our 3 is equal to the square root of our k to the power of 3 plus our 9. To eliminate this square root radical, we take the square of both sides, right? Good. So we raise this to the power of 2. We raise this to the power of 2. And so this and this will leave, right? Good. Now remember the algebraic identity, which says that if you have your, let's take x minus our y all raised to the power of 2. This is equal to your x to the power of 2, then minus our 2xy plus our y to the power of 2. Right? Good. So if we subtract to this identity, then this is going to give us our k raised to the power of 6, right? Good. Then minus our 2 times our 3, right? Because our x here is, y here is 3, okay? So times our k all raised to the power of 3, then plus our 3 raised to the power of 2. Then equal to our k raised to the power of 3 plus our 9 here. Easy. So we can multiply this out, yeah? So this is going to give us our k raised to the power of 6, then minus 6k raised to the power of 3, then plus our 9 equals to k raised to the power of 3 plus our 9. Wow. Now, if you check carefully, we are having plus 9 here, and we're having plus 9 here. And so if we move this to this side, both of them will cancel out. In other words, this will now go with this. So let's move this quantity to this side of the equation, leaving the right-hand side to be 0. So this is going to give us k raised to the power of 6 minus 6k raised to the power of 3, then minus k raised to the power of 3 equal to 0. So minus 6k to the power of 3 minus k to the power of 3 will give us our minus 7k to the power of 3. So we have here k raised to the power of 6 minus 7k raised to the power of 3 equal to 0. Okay, so let's continue here. Now, if you look at this carefully, now you discover that we can factor out k to the power of 3, right? So if we decide to factor out k to the power of 3, we're going to have k to the power of 3 bracket. We use that to divide this. We're going to be left with our k to the power of 3, then minus. We use that to divide this. 7, going to be left with 7 here. Everything equal to 0. So at this point in time, we apply what we call the zero product rule, whereby we equate this to 0, we equate this to 0. And so we're going to have our case 1. So our case 1 here is going to give us our k raised to the power of 3 equal to 0. So we take the cube of both sides, the cube root of both sides rather, that will give us 0, because the cube root of 0 will give us 0. So we're going to have our k1 is equal to 0. Right. Now, if you look at this equation carefully, you discover that k can never be equal to 0. Okay? I'm supposed to put this first. K can never be equal to 0. That's one of the assumptions we have to take before solving this. So if k is not equal to 0 and we solve k to be 0, then meaning this solution is rejected. We just have to reject this solution. It's rejected. We can prove it. Okay? How do we prove it? If we put in 0 here, we put in 0 here. So we're going to have 0 plus 9 is going to give us 9. The square root of 9 will give us 3. So if we add 3 to 3, that will give us 6. So on this side, we're going to have the cube root of 6. And on this side, we have 0. So the 0 is not equal to the cube root of 6. Okay? If we substitute, we're going to have here 0 equal to the cube root of 6. And 0 is not equal to this. Hence, this solution is rejected. Okay, so we now take our case 2. So from our case 2, we have, let's take our case 2, we have our k raised to the power of 3 minus 7 equal to 0. Move this to this side to give you k raised to the power of 3 is equal to 7. So just take the cube root of both sides of the equation. We're going to have k is equal to 7 raised to the power of 1 all over 3. So this is our k2. Now we're going to check if this value of k2 actually satisfies the original equation by doing a simple substitution here. So our original equation is k equal to our cube root of 3, the plus square root of our k raised to the power of 3 plus our 9. So wherever we see our k, we want to put 7 raised to the power of 1 all over 3. So here we have here 7 to the power of 1 all over 3 is equal to the cube root of our 3 plus the square root of our 7 raised to the power of 3 further raised to the power of 1 all over 3 plus our 9. Okay, so let's continue here. Now, from here, we still have our 7 raised to the power of 1 all over 3 on this side equal to the cube root. Here we have 3 plus, if we apply the law of indices, which says that your a raised to the power of mn is equal to a raised to the power of m or raised to the power of n, then this 3 here will cancel this 3 here. So we are now left with 7 plus 9. So we now have the square root of 7 plus our 9. So we have 7 1 all over 3 equal to the cube root of our 3 plus 7 plus our 9 will give us 16. And 16 is a perfect square. So the square root of 16 will give us 4. And so we're going to have here 7 raised to the power of 1 all over 3 is equal to the cube root of our 3 plus our 4. And that will give us 7, right? So we now have 1 all over 3 equal to the cube root of our 7. So what is the cube root of 7? It could be written as 7 to the power of 1 all over 3. So we now end up having 7 to the power of 1 all over 3 is equals to 7 to the power of 1 all over 3. Right? Good. So this shows that the answer K2 equal to 7 raised to the power of 1 all over 3 satisfies the original equation. Thank you. This brings us to the end of today's class. Until we see you in another class. Bye for now.